The Arrow podcast, guys. Another cheek clinching win over the Broncos. Chiefs Kingdom, let's jump in.
Red and gold, red and gold, red and gold.
All right, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. Help me help you, remember. So, look, guys. Guys, give me a second. Guys, just a moment of silence. This is just every week. I did in my last video say that it was going to be maybe not my last video, but I did know that it was going to be a cheek clincher. It was going to be another close game. This had trap game written all over it, and it almost exactly was that. So, this, guys, we barely squeaked by, man. There's kind of a lot to go over, guys. It's becoming a little concerning at this point in the season because, as you guys all know, and if you don't know, around this time in the season, this is when things flip. Who you are is who you are. But see, if you go back last season, because remember, guys, we haven't had comfortable wins for what, 3 years now? I mean, there's been a few games here and there. The last one I remember was against the Bears. Yeah, so, anyways, well, I wouldn't say comfortable. I would just say kind of blowoutish because we've had some comfortable wins this year. And honestly, if you think about it, we've probably had a few more comfortable wins this year versus last year. But the thing is, it's the same issues popping up over and over again, right? The left tackle issue. Now, before Wanye Morris went down, on offense, obviously, right? Before Morris went down, he was doing okay. He's been looking a little bit better, which I would say is kind of an upside considering, when he first came in and started over Kingsley Suamatea. Now, I'm going to say this, guys. Okay. This year, Suamatea Kingsley is done. Done. Dumpster fire. This year, dumpster fire. He needs to not be active for the rest of this season. Period. He needs to be inactive for the rest of this season. Now, look, guys, why not see what Ethan Driscoll can do? I don't understand because I'm not going to lie. In preseason, Ethan Driscoll looked really well. And I know he's being just huge doesn't make it, but I mean, he's huge. I mean, it's an upside. But at the same time, I do understand, obviously why they would go with Wanye Morris. Now, I'm obviously also not Andy Reid or a head coach, but I do like what I've seen out of Ethan Driscoll. So, I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure that's who's going to be active going forth. I think that, well, obviously we can't just test them out, right? But God forbid Wanye Morris goes down again. But I can assure you that it ain't going to be Kingsley no more. It's probably going to be Ethan Driscoll. And I am interested to see what he can do. But we are in a predicament to where if Wanye Morris goes down, we're kind of screwed. On why we didn't pick up another left tackle, that is a mind-boggling question for Andy Reid. There's a lot of questions for Andy Reid. Why aren't we running anything? What are we running? What plays are we running? Now, look, guys, I understand we have a lot of injuries. Receiver 1, receiver 2, receiver 3, all down, right? No Hollywood Brown, no Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice, thanks to Mahomes diving headfirst into someone's knee. Obviously, it wasn't intentional, but I mean, at the same time, why would you dive? That there would be no good coming out of you diving headfirst anywhere. But anyways, so all these injuries probably has plagued the playbook. Now, is Andy Reid holding things back? Yes, 100%. I think he's holding a lot back. But at the same time, a lot of these guys that are here weren't here. So D-Hop has become our number one receiver. He just got here. So the playbook is kind of riddled and limited Okay, Travis Kelsey is being double, triple teamed, whatever you want to call it, right? I do think that will open up. One of the main things I see happening is Mahomes still is not comfortable behind the entire offensive line. Jawan Taylor did not have the best of games this game. It was pretty, it was not horrible, but it was pretty bad, man. And the reason why it was pretty bad is because Kingsley made it look so bad. Guys, look, I don't think, and I watched Eric Fisher, okay? I watched Eric Fisher his rookie season, his second season. I never seen a left tackle this bad, guys. Kingsley was the worst left tackle I have ever seen for the Chiefs. Period. Period. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a worse left tackle performance ever. So that was bad, bro. He was lost. He was missing assignments. He was missing everything. You know, you got one play where him and then Carson Steele, which I was wrong about, just kind of, he goes the wrong direction and it doesn't chip the guy that's destroying the left tackle. He's clearly on the sideline watching the entire game. Interesting. So, you know, that was one play. I won't put that on Carson Steele because Kingsley he just got dismantled. He just got destroyed. It looked just as bad as in the Bengals game, guys. It was bad. He needs to never play for the rest of this season. He needs to not be active. If they have him active next game, guys, I'm going to blow a gasket and it's going to be a rant, not a podcast or whatever you want to call it. It's going to be just a simple rant that you guys will be seeing me next here. So, I mean, I don't want to go too in depth, guys, because this is going to turn rated R if I continue on Kingsley Suamataia. Okay, so he needs to not be active. That's just point blank, period. Okay, receivers not necessarily getting open, but at the same time, what are they even running to get open? You know, there's a lot of sit in the zone pockets. There's too much of that going on, guys. There's no quick slants. There's no quick throws. There's no quick plays to help Mahomes out when he's getting destroyed on a ankle sprain. I want to headbutt this mic right now, guys. I just want to just I just I want to head. I don't even know what that is. We're gonna do all of the sound effects, guys. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That did not feel like a win. Either no. We'll get into the block later. That was dope. That was crazy. And it was pretty hilarious how it happened. But defense looked a little off. I mean, they only did allow 14 points. That last drive, that slant that, Cortland Sutton's only known for. He's only known for slants and running straight for deep balls and fades. That's literally all he's really known for. He's a big body. So on third down, he's most likely going to run a slant. Now, I'm not going to fault Trent McDuffie. I didn't see exactly the play, exactly what happened. So, whatever. It is what it is. And at the same time, Trent McDuffie is Trent McDuffie. He's our best corner by far. So I'm not going to speak on that too much. But that I did want to cry after, watching them convert on the 3rd and 9. But the number one thing, guys, on defense is we're not getting pressure. I think we're 20-something. We're 25th, 26th in sacks. We're not getting pressure outside of Chris Jones, guys. Uche's been here for what? This is his second game. Now, when Charles Omenihu comes back, that will be a bolster. That will be a boost to the defensive line. So, yeah, things will get better, I'm sure. But is it concerning? Not really yet. It's becoming a little bit slightly because it seems like we have to blitz to get pressure when we're not getting pressure. So, it is what it is. Now, remember too, guys, I will say when we play those type of quarterbacks, Bo Nix, which has, I think he's second for rushing yards under Lamar Jackson, I want to say. He's top 3 in rushing yards. When we play those type of quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, the defensive ends assignments aren't necessarily bold, go rush the quarterback, right? Because that guy, they can step up and they can run. So we do got to factor that in. So I will give them a pass this game. Maybe that's what it kind of was. But we'll see going forth. I'm not too concerned about that because our defense is still playing elite, period. And it is only going to get better with the addition of Charles Omenihu. So that's that. The offense, Kareem Hunt's getting beat up, guys. Kareem Hunt is getting beat up. We need Clyde to come back. You need to sit Carson Steele down. We need Clyde back, point blank, for now, because you don't want to rush Pacheco. That's pretty serious. I mean, the re-injury risk, obviously, if he's rushed, is not. I mean, and when he comes back, guys, he's not going to be 100%. He's probably going to be like 80%. So he can't. You don't want him to. You don't even want him taking half the snaps. You probably want him taking 40% of the snaps. But Kareem Hunt needs a break, guys. I mean, every game he moves forward, he seems like he's getting up slower and slower and slower and slower. He's getting beat up, guys. He's getting beat up. And he needs some help. So, I don't know what we're thinking running Kareem Hunt into the ground. Now, he has a knee injury to add to, I believe it was a whatever injury he had before. It was something. It wasn't serious, obviously, but that stuff starts adding up. Definitely when you're a running back. So, Ceh hopefully can come back soon, man. I couldn't tell you anything about PTSD, so I won't speak on that at all. Like that's definitely serious stuff. Anything mentally, obviously, PTSD, anxiety, all that stuff is serious. So I won't speak on any of that. But I hope he does get well, and I hope he does come back because when he does come back, he's going to have fresh legs. So that's that. But Kareem Hunt cannot be taken. This isn't rookie. This isn't 22-year-old Kareem Hunt, guys. He can't be taking the kind of load that he's taking currently. So he needs help, period. Now, onto that block, obviously, right? So, and to sum all that up, the offense looks like the offense, bad. Mahomes, one more thing. Mahomes is, to me, definitely this is looking like one of the worst deep ball throwing quarterbacks, period. He's looking bad throwing the deep ball, which is kind of concerning me a little bit. Now, I understand it was windy. I do probably think that wind did affect that deep ball to Xavier Worthy. But, guys, at this point, Xavier Worthy should have like 10 touchdowns, period. It seems like every single time, excluding one time that he's wide open, he either doesn't get the ball or he gets overthrown. I don't know how you're overthrowing people that runs a 4-2, practically 4-2 flat. I don't understand that. Mahomes needs to practice, needs to work on the deep ball. He needs to start throwing the deep ball just for the heck of it. Hey, when you're getting destroyed and it's 3rd and 9, just try and throw. I mean, because when you don't practice this thing and it doesn't become repetition, then you're not going to hit it when need be. Because that's the issue, guys. He's not throwing the deep ball, so he's not accurate whatsoever. And it looks miserable. It's egregious at this point. And it seems like he's missing every single person, wide open or not, deep. And it's annoying. It's ridiculous at this point because that's a touchdown that turns this game around completely. Period. And it seems like it's almost every other game that he's just cannot hit the deep ball. So, yeah. Now, I do probably, is it the offensive line affecting that? Is the offensive line affecting his accuracy? Overall, yes, 100%. When you're thinking that you're going to get hit, sacked on an ankle sprain, remember, this is week 10, it's week 9, week 10, whatever. We need him in the playoffs. We need him to remain, to be healthy. So that's also in the back of your mind, guys. You don't want to risk your body on week 10 against the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? So is that affecting his accuracy when he's getting destroyed? Yes, 100%. To be honest with you guys, I think that's the number one issue because I've actually never seen him this inaccurate on deep balls. But at the same time, that's going to get you out of some of these horrible situations to where you're running for your life. Point blank, period. You know what I mean? You had a touchdown lead on them. Look what the defense did, right? Or you get the ball, whatever the case is. A lot of these teams, there's some of these teams that should be getting blown out. We're leaving 10, 14, 10, 14. Every single game, we're leaving 10, 14, 7 points on the board, 24 every single game. And what I mean by that, it is a wide open touchdown. Whether he doesn't see him, whether we get a penalty from Jawan Taylor, whether, regardless, points are being left on the board every single game, and we are self-inflicting almost losing these games, period, which kind of is a bright side, right, of what's going on. It is somewhat of a good thing because I will say before this game, we have been moving the ball pretty well before this game. So this is probably one of the games, which remember, guys, we did have a few of them last year, probably more than this year, where those games where we're just not moving the ball and it's just ugly. It's just ugly. Nothing we did worked. But at the same time, the play calling was, to me, weird, very weird, this game. So, anyways, now that sums up the offense. I'm done with them. Let's move on to that block. Guys, that was beautiful. Leo Chanel looked like he steamrolled that guy, right? I don't know if it was one he probably got double teamed. Whoever that was blocking Karlaftis and Leo Chanel. He got steamrolled, and there's actually a picture which is hilarious I seen where it shows him on the ground like with his hands up like no, and no, while Leo Chanel and George Karlaftis look like Michael Jordan in the air, right, to block that punt. I was so mad, guys. I had picked up my remote. I went to pick up my remote to change the channel, and then I dropped it. When I dropped it, as I'm picking it up, there I can hear him snap the ball. I look up and I just hear block, blah, and I was just like, wow, we just blocked a field goal to win the game. Interesting. Yeah. The NFL lords are definitely on our side. That was a bit of luck. So now I don't necessarily I do want them to go undefeated because here's the thing. A lot of people, I've heard a few people that don't, now I don't necessarily want them to go undefeated only mainly because I want them to know what, this is speaking on the new guys to what the feeling of defeat. I want them to feel that so they don't ever want to feel it again. Thing is, guys, is everyone there, because we have at least 70% of the team there that's been there, right? They know what that feels like. If we do go undefeated, which I don't think we will, because honestly, the last game we're going to need rest. They're going to sit, period. If we're up a few games or we can lose one game, last game, we're going to sit everybody, period. Because that'd be dumb. But anyways, if we end up going undefeated, I wouldn't mind at the end of the day because guess what? They know that feeling. They know what it feels like. There's not going to be pressure. Oh my gosh, there's not going to be that type of pressure on this team because we don't have that kind of mindset. This is clearly if the Chiefs have not proven to you, Andy Reid, Mahomes, Travis, that they have a complete different mindset than everyone in the NFL entirely, then you don't know what you're watching. You don't know. Yeah. So they have a different mindset than anybody. You can clearly tell. So that won't necessarily affect them. But we're 9-0 and we just won again. A win's a win. Ugly or not, it is what it is. More practice. Another thing Patrick Surtain is the best corner in the league. I don't care what no one says, period. No one's even close. Patrick Surtain is the best corner in the league. He's a monster. So that's kind of why DeAndre Hopkins was a little quiet. Remember, there's not another Patrick Surtain on anyone's team. So that's probably not going to happen again. So this has dragged on a little longer than I thought, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. The moral to the story is that we're 9-0, Chiefs Kingdom. We're 9-0, Chiefs Kingdom. Yeah, that's right. Also, real quick, what Mahomes said. Let me know down in the comments how y'all feel about that. Because the flat earthers, the conspiracy theorists, the we didn't land on the moon people, they're going to have a field day with that. I thought it was kind of weird too. I don't even understand it. I don't understand why he was asking that. Let me know down in the comments how y'all feel about that. But regardless of the fact is, we're 9-0 and refs can't block field goals. Chiefs Kingdom, stand up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. Help me help you, fellas. This is the Arrow Podcast, and I'm outros.
Yeah, we running out of time. 1-5, catch me in the end.